Hey, welcome to this video about the DPHX Unpack and Load tool, which has received a big update today. If you are already a user, I'm gonna approach this video as if you were a new user, because it has changed a lot. And yeah, so if you are familiar with it, then version 25.8.24.1, which was released today, that's how the version works. It's August 24th on 2025. Yeah, it's a big update of the DPHX Unpack and Load tool. So you have the version release notes here. I made the tool a lot smaller. It's really more integrated directly with WeSimGlide.org. We'll go over the WeSimGlide if you're not aware of that. We've added the ability to upload IGC files directly to WeSimGlide, directly inside the tool. We've fixed a few things also. We've also added like a little system tray program that will be listening to WeSimGlide calls. I'll show you that. So a lot of changes in this tool, a lot of stuff also in the subnodes. About the scaling, for example, the tool used to not scale very well with different screen resolutions and DPI settings that you could have in Windows. It didn't work well. Now it should work well with all resolutions and scaling that you may have. What else? Yeah, we remove some stuff that now that I feel with the integration with WeSimGlide that are not required anymore right inside the tool, because we are going to use more WeSimGlide as a base for the tool. So we've removed the integrated task browser, which was a little not needed anymore. The new section is also removed because we're going to use the homepage of WeSimGlide for all the latest tasks, the upcoming events and stuff like that. Everything was going to be is already available now on WeSimGlide's homepage. We've added options to auto start the WeSimGlide webpage. Yeah, and we've added also one tab before when you want to start up and set up for a task in Microsoft Flight Sim, you had to go over different tabs of the tool to actually set up Microsoft. I've now regrouped all of the information that is required, the most important stuff to set up Microsoft Flight Simulator for a task in the first tab on the tool. I'm going to show you that too. So everything is really available, easily available on the first tab. Yeah, so a lot of other stuff that I'm going to try to go over. So like I said, I'm going to approach this video as if you were a new user to the tool. So we're going to go over like the setup process, and then I'll show you the various new features about the tool. So let's go. So first thing first, if you don't know where to find the tool, well, one of the, flightsim.to is probably one of the place where you can find most of the tools. So if you just click on DPHX in the search window here of Flight Sim and do a search, it will come up with this one, and that's the DPHX Unpack and Load. So if you click on that, you're gonna have all the details. The screenshots are a little outdated. I'm gonna try to update them later, but you just download. You have information there and links and all, but you just download the file, and you're gonna end up with a zip file. You're gonna download a zip file. That's the content of the zip file. And what you you'll want to do, and it's all explained in the description in there. You're gonna have to you're gonna want to create a folder on your hard drive, Anywhere will do. I've created mine into folders called MSFS Tools and DPHX Unpack and Load, and I've taken all the content of the zip file and extracted it to that folder. So once you've done that, you can create, of course, you locate the main executable file, the application here. You can create a shortcut on your desktop, of course, but what you want to do is run it for the first time. I'm going to close this because it's extra information that I don't need here. So yeah, from your folder, what you want to do is, for the first time, execute the DPHX Unpack and Load. Oh, by the way, if your antivirus or something like that prevents you from unpacking or executing and deletes files, you're going to have, it's a false positive. Having an authorized, like Microsoft certified application nowadays costs a lot of money because you have to be certified, buy certificates and stuff like that. So it goes with the reputation. As much downloads as it goes on FlightSim.to, the number of downloads is going to increase the reputation of the program, of the download, and there will be less and less of these reports. But what you may really need to do with your antivirus, if you have any problem, is to exclude the folder where you're gonna extract all the files, to exclude all the files from your antivirus, so you can extract the files there and run them without any problem. But the first time you're going to load it, you're going to probably have a is it safe? Do you authorize this program to run? You just have to say yes, and it should be okay after that. So what you want to do is execute that the first time. The first time you're going to open the program, you're going to end up with the settings screen here. It's going to open up automatically the settings where you have to, tell the tool about your the folders and your MSFS, your Microsoft Flight Simulator installation. Is it the 2020 installation, the 2024? It supports both. You can have both on the same computer. It doesn't matter. On here, on my computer, I only have 2024, and it's the the Microsoft Store version, not the Steam. And once you have that, you can click Detect Folders, and it's gonna try to get the standard folders for each of these, possible options. But, double check. You should double check if the folders are the right ones, but usually they should be. If you right click on any of these, it should bring up the folder itself, so you can double check, okay, if it is the right one. You can so you have the 2020 folders, the flight plan and the weather presets. The 2024, same thing, flight plan and the weather presets. Xcesor, if you know about it, then you'll know what to do about these folders. But if you don't use it, you just ignore it. It can be empty like they are right now here. Now you have temporary folders where you want the tool to unpack the files. It can be anything. I think there's one by default, but you can just create a temporary unpacking folder inside and select that. Where you download the DPHX packages that will be coming from WeSimGlide or any Discord or any other place. Most of them nowadays are coming from WeSimGlide. They are stored there now. So you just have to specify where you want them to be downloaded. And then comes the fun part, where you're going to have the real interest, the real fun of this tool is the integration it has with the other tools that are needed for gliding, soaring tasks in Microsoft Flight Sim. First, the NB21 folder, the log flights folder, where the NB21, where you save the track logs. This is the folder. You have to select it. And by the way, if you left click on any of these, it will bring up a selection where you can select the folder where the track logs are, or you can also copy it from the Explorer and paste it. No matter how you do it, you have to select where the track logs are. Same thing for the executable folder. Where is the NB21 logger? If you want to, have the tool automatically start and feed the flight plan to the tool, you have to enable this. Don't touch the server port. Usually it's the standard one, so you don't have to touch that. And where is the executable? So you have to set that. Next tool is the SSC tracker. Again, you want to enable this. You don't touch the port. It's by default, unless you've changed it yourself. You know what you're doing. And the executable folder of the SSC tracker, you have to specify also where is the SSC tracker. Both tools are, really good tools to have when you are soaring in Microsoft Flight Sim. And then the last part is the automatic overwrite. If there are files, there are files that are already existing. When you unpack the DPHX, you want, I usually set always overwrite, but you can skip or have the tool ask you. Auto unpack is really useful because it will automatically unpack the package to the right folders and start DNB21 and start the tracker with all the information. So this is also very useful if you want to go fast. And the really new thing is with this version is the WeSimGlide integration. So right now by default it's going to be none, do nothing. But what I like to do is when the tool opens, when you start the tool, what do you want it to do? Do you want it to open WeSimGlide on the home page, on the map tab, or the events tab? You can have anything. I usually choose the home tab. Okay, so I select to auto open the home tab. And if I double click on DPHX file, if I have set up the my Windows to automatically open the DPHX Unpack and Load tool, when I double click a DPHX file, and I do that, then I want the tool to ignore the I don't want it to open the WeSimGlide when I'm actually already opening the DPHX file. I don't want to have to have both, so I'm going to select the ignore when opening a DPHX file. And the last thing, which is really, really important, that's one of the biggest thing in this new version, is the DPHX, the WeSimGlide listening port. There's a new little program that comes with the Unpack and Load tool now that runs in the background. Here it is here. It is the little DPHX listener. I'm going to go over it just a little, but if you want this to run and automatically stay running in the background, then just click here, auto start with Windows, and keep running. So this means that when you start Windows, it's going to automatically run this program and it's going to stay listening in the background for anything coming from WeSimGlide. All right, so it's a really good thing to have. And even if you quit the application, if you exit the program, it's going to stay open, okay, ready to receive any information from WeSimGlide. So once you have all the settings set, you can click OK, and from now on you should be all good to go in the fastest possible manner to open a DPHX file, or to open a soaring task file, and get to fly in Microsoft Flight Sim. Now let's go over that listener tool that is running. Even if I now quit the DPHX program now, and I'm going to close also the browser, right? We don't need that anymore because we have this little thing running in the background. So if I right click on this little icon here on my system tray, I will get a menu where I can actually open the tool. If I click that, it's going to bring me back to the tool. And you see now my browser just opened WeSimGlide on the home page. That's because I set it to auto open home tab when I launch it. So that's what this setting does. When the program runs, then it's going to open the home tab of WeSimGlide.org. So that's one thing that is really quick, because usually that's a good integration. You're going to use the WeSimGlide in relation with the DPHX tool. I'm going to go over it just a bit later. So we're going to close the tab right now, and we're going to go back to the little listener, like I said. So that was the open DPHX Unpack and Load. From the right click, you can also open directly from there. You can open the home tab of WeSimGlide, the events, or the map. So if I click the map, for example, it's gonna bring me to the map page, the map tab of WeSimGlide, so I can pick up a flight, a task there if I want to. I'm gonna close this again and go back there. So what the other options, yeah, like we've gone through that, and then you can, for whatever reason, if you're stuck with something, we can restart the listener, or you can end the listener if you want. If you want to quit it, you can just end the listener, and it's going to start again once you manually start the program, or if you reboot and you didn't change the settings here that auto start, then it's going to start again. All right. So if you don't want this setting, what it means is it's gonna start the listener only when you are running the DPHX Unpack and Load program itself, and it's gonna quit it when you exit the program. But the real benefit of this listener is not having to worry about starting the tool to load up a flight from WeSimGlide. The whole thing is running in the background, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. All right. So that's about that. That's all this program does, actually, but it's the heart of the integration with WeSimGlide. So let's go with this integration of WeSimGlide. Let me close the program again and start it again from. No, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to start it again. All right, so it opens up the WeSimGlide page on the home page, because that's what I set in the settings. Now, from anywhere on WeSimGlide, either on the home page or on the map or the events, okay, you're gonna find these little icons next to tasks, next to events. Right now, this event doesn't have the task yet because it's not available at the moment. It's gonna be available in Wednesday, in a few days. You can also see it here. If I click the event, you're going to see it's going to be available right here in 2 days and 13 hours and 18 minutes. You're going to be able to download these files, but it's not available right now, so you cannot download it. But let's look at any other task. You have these little icons here that you can click. Or if you go onto the map, let me click one of these. For example, you have, when you come here on the map and you select a task, you have all the task detail, but you have also here the same little icon, download DPHX file. Everywhere you see this icon on a task you select, or on the home tab or on the event, you can click that, and is gonna just open up into the DPHX. Let me do it for this one. I click, and there you go. Everything is running here. It opened up the task in the tool, and it even opened, let me see, yeah, there. It opened the logger, and it opened the SSC tracker with the proper task. Okay, so it says it automatically unpacked it because I had it enabled, the auto unpack. So it has copied the PLN file into Microsoft Flight Sim. It has copied the weather preset also to Flight Sim, to Microsoft Flight Sim, the right folder. It has started the NB21 logger, the NB21 logger. It has sent the flight plan. It started the tracker. It sent the flight plan also, so it's completed. I can close this, and you have the information here about the most important information needed to set up flight sim. You have the departure airfield, the runway. You have the local time to use. You have the weather preset, the kind of gliders that is recommended, and the PLN file in case you need it, but it's already all set because it's been sent to NB21. Is going to be sent to the glider that you're gonna use if it supports the transfer from NB21. If not, and you know also what PLN file to load. So everything was done in a single click. Now you have to open up Microsoft Flight Sim and set these, but all the files that there's no more manual file manipulation at all. Everything is done automatically. So if I close this, if I even close this, okay, let me close the DPHX, because we have the little listener. Now we can click any of these task where you have the download DPHX file. I can click this one and it's gonna automatically start the tool and load everything up inside the NB21, inside the tracker, and inside Flight Sim in one click only. All right, so that's the whole thing about this new listener and integration with WeSimGlide. Everything is done with one click. You have everything, and you are ready to go into Flight Sim. Okay, so this is one thing, the integration with WeSimGlide to go and fly a task. Right now, you see here only the information for a task. Unfortunately, I don't have at the moment an event that has a task available, but if there was one, you would also see the information for the event. You would see the synchronized flight time and the server to use, the Discord server. You would see the most important information you need to have for the event, the group event, would also show on that tab. So if you try it later by yourself and you have the DPHX here or on the event, like I said, there would be a DPHX icon there. If you click that, you'll see the result in the DPHX. You're going to have all the information needed to join the event. Okay, all to make it easier for anybody to join a task and to join an event and fly a task. Now, if you want to clean up after you've flown the task, you just click the cleanup button here, and it's gonna delete the files. The weather preset and the flight plan are going to be deleted from the folder if you want to do a cleanup. All right, you can also click on the file browser here, and you'll see in the folders that you've set up. I don't have any, in the settings, I don't have anything for 2020, so it's not installed. But 2024, these are the flight plans I have right now. I've extracted already a few of them. You can select any and delete them if you want to do a cleanup. The weather, these are the weather files that I have right now in my weather folder. I can again select all of them and delete them like this. It's not going to delete the ones that are I think that are in use right now. The packages that have been downloaded here, each time you download, each time you click a DPHX download here, is going to go into your DPHX in the settings in the DPHX packages folder that you've selected. They're going to be there, but so I recommend some once in a while to do a little cleanup of these files. So I've downloaded this. I've downloaded. I can delete a few of them. I'm gonna keep. Of course, when it's currently in use, it cannot be deleted. You will be able to delete it when you select another one. You also have the NB21 logs that you can do a little cleanup here if you don't want these. But there's another way also to clean this up. I'm going to show you. And if you use XCSOR, the XCSOR files would be there. You could do cleanup too. So that's a good way to browse the various things that you've downloaded and do a cleanup of them. By the way, For the weather presets, as you know, many of you probably uses SSC presets, and maybe you've downloaded a bunch of presets and already copied them into the weather presets. Of course, if you do a cleanup and the task was using a standard preset, maybe you don't want the tool to clean up the weather presets, to delete them from the folder. You can simply click here on this checkbox. If you look at I'm gonna lay the toolbox, check this to exclude weather files from cleanup. So you can have that enable. So when you do a cleanup, it will skip the weather file. So it's gonna be up to you to do a cleanup of the custom preset that you may have downloaded, but at least it won't delete standard presets that you may have, you want to keep in the weather preset. So important to enable, otherwise it's going to delete the preset from your folder. All right. So that's one thing that to take in consideration. For me, when I want to use a preset, I copy it from another folder and I copy it for the task that I'm going to use. But so that's why I leave it unchecked, because I want a clean folder without any presets that I'm not using. But situation may change for other people. So that's the file browser. Now on the tool itself, you also have shortcuts to do to open the home page, to open on WeSimGlide. I'm talking about to open the map on WeSimGlide. So I can close this. If I had nothing and I want to click the home page, then I go to the home page. Same thing as, like I said, the little here, the listener with the shortcuts. It's similar to that. And then you have, I'm going to skip the IGC. I'm going to go to it later. You also have the B21 planner. Let me open a task that I know I have files. So of course, you see, I've manually opened without going through WeSimGlide. If I have a DPHX file locally installed, locally downloaded on my computer, I can select open and simply select it. And it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna auto unpack. Like this. It's gonna auto unpack the whole thing. It's gonna start the NB21 logger. It's gonna start the SSC tracker with the right files. So you don't always have to go through WeSimGlide if you already have a DPHX file on your computer. But the best way is still from WeSimGlide if you don't have the file, of course. So I'm going to close this because I don't need them for now. So when I have a flight like that I've flown and I have IGC files that are already for this flight, when I click B21 Planner here, what it's going to do is going to open up the B21 Planner with the PLN, with the proper task file. It's going to open up the weather, so that's why we have the arrow here showing the weather, and it's going to also include any IGC files that I have on my computer in the NB21 track logs. If I have logs for this task, it's going to also bring them directly into the planner, so I can review them and replay the flight and stuff like that. So it's useful features after a flight. Usually you want to go and see your task, and it's going to do it for you. All right. So that's for the B21 planner. And perhaps now you want to upload your IGC files to WeSimGlide so that you keep a record of your track logs for that task. This is where the IGC feature here comes in handy. All right. So I'm going to click IGC. This opens up a new window, and it's going to show you here all the IGC files that you have on the track logs folder that you've specified. Let me close this and go again into the settings. You see the track logs here that you've specified for NB21. It's going to look in that folder, and it's going to bring you the list of all of the IGC files that you have. From there, you have the list and you can click on it. So the first one is the one from that task that I just opened. But the thing is, when you click on it, it's gonna extract. It's gonna open up. It's like on a little integrated B21 planner, task planner inside there, so you can review it. But it's extracting the information there, so you can see the information from the IGC. My pilot name is me. The MDAD is my competition ID. This is the glider I use, the sim I use when I recorded it, the task number for that task, and the status. It is showing here, right? Can upload, and the user is number 1 is me. Okay, so the WeSimGlide user number 1. And you have the results, okay? The various flags here, all flags for the results. You have the legend on the WeSimGlide. I can go and show you the legend for a task. Let me select any task here and select the leaderboard and show you the legend here. So the first icon here is this file valid? Is the IGC valid? Has it been modified, tampered with? Okay, this is the first icon. The second one is a flag. If it's completed, if the task was finished successfully, there will be a flag there, or an X to say no, it has not been completed successfully. The third one is the local time. Was the local time correct? Was the local time of the sim? It's supposed to be 28 July. The task says it should be July 28th at 2 p.m., 2 p.m. And the local time in the IGC file was July 28th for 2 and 10. It has a plus or minus 30 minutes, so the buffer is okay. I have the clock icon. If it would be different, then I would have an X here. And if there was any penalties, so yes, there was penalties detected here, may include VNE, overweight, IGC alterations. You can have, if you click on that, see, I don't know why, probably the reference is not fine. There are some penalties I incurred here. I don't know exactly why it shouldn't be. I'm going to look at that. It would be a check mark if there's no penalties, or a little police officer if there was anything detected. Maybe these are the things that are being detected as penalties right now because it's red. All right. And then that's the legend for these icons here. I can hide the legend and go back to here, the results. So I re-clicked again, so it says results already available. If you want to refresh these results, you can click this little icon here. It's going to extract the results again and show you the window again. If you feel there's a little error going on, then you can click refresh to try and extract them again. And then so you have the results, speed and the time. They will be the same as here. And then you can upload the file to WeSimGlide. I'm not going to do it because there was a test flight here, but you would be able to click this and it would upload your IGC file to WeSimGlide, and it would show you show in the leaderboard for that task. And once you've done that, you can delete the IGC file, or you can move this file to a process. There's a subfolder that would be created inside the track logs that would be processed, and you would move the file there so it would not appear in the list anymore. All right, so you have the option there. And if I click another file, for example, the second one, it's already uploaded. If it will detect if it's already on WeSimGlide, so it already uploaded, so no need to upload it again. If I click another one, already uploaded, another one. Oh, see, this one is another one for Sandane here. I think it's the same task, but a different glider, different flight I did. So again, you can select and click and verify it. There's definitely something wrong with my penalties. I'm gonna have to check that up because it should be a green check mark here because there's nothing wrong in detected in here. So there's a little error here. Don't worry, it's not storing that inside. WeSimGlide is gonna redo its own check. So let's take another one. This is another one from another task, and this here has definitely a sim rate penalty, so that's why it has a penalty here. But you have the information of the task. Another one, no task found. When you have an IGC file which has no task inside WeSimGlide, you can't do anything. You cannot you cannot upload it because there's nothing. There's not a task. You could do it manually, but that's another subject. You could do it directly from WeSimGlide. You could go to that task and then upload it from there, but that's completely another subject. It shouldn't happen. Another one, already uploaded. No task found, and already uploaded. So you get the gist, you get how it works. But this is the interface that will allow you to upload your IGC files directly from the tool to WeSimGlide. So that's about it for that feature. I think that covers most of the new features for DPHX Unpack and Load. So if you have any other questions, feedback, don't hesitate to come onto the MSFS soaring task tools. I think I have the links. I'll put the links on the video anyway, but don't hesitate to come here and post your feedback inside the right. I'm going to put links again, but we have a questions support channel, feedback suggestion channel. So don't hesitate to use these, and I'll usually reply very fast to that. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll have fun playing with the DPHX Unpack and Load tool in concert with WeSimGlide now. See you. Bye-bye.